I also cleared out all of the highlights that were missized too, so the reel is good. Anyway, that doesn't matter here. Wait, who are you? Because their companion was blonde, or wasn't blonde before. Maybe there's no. Well, get up to about 101 by late afternoon in Louisville and 103 in E-Town, without a cloud in sight. So get out those parasols, haha. Major accident just ahead of the Bardstown exit. So if you're headed to work on 31, you are late, my friend. Haha. Sugar. As it is. Who was Lisette? Oh, Lisette's the boss. That's right. So he's probably like at the end of the last episode. For those just coming in, we got put under with anesthetic because our leg got messed up in a cave-in. So all right. So this is probably a flashback or dream sequence. That's what Ira used to say. I had a dream about him last night. Those old horses Ira's used to keep me up. But they were having bad dreams. I remember. Ira wouldn't hear it. They're just horses. Those horses were troubled. Lethe chewed up the wood in the stalls. That's right. I loved those horses. He'd sit on the roof and read his textbooks and watch them. He was so careful here. Charlie was their son. Ira was her husband, I guess. I don't think they actually said what happened to Charlie yet. Oh, clearly fell from a roof at some point. Be so careful there here, or our roof was just in better shape than when he fell from. I was told him to test your toe with a heel first. If it's a heel, you can kick it in the back and still put your toe on something. You can kick it back and still put your toe on something solid when the towel slips. Remember your lessons. He just wanted to study his. What was it called? Astronomy. That's it. How could I forget? Was it his fault? Wasn't anyone's fault, Conway. That's what we mean when we say it's an accident. Here. Well, we have a mail order delivery today. Might be a long drive. Hope the truck can hold up. That truck will outlive us all. I hope you're right. Glad to keep it. Ira would have wanted you to have it. It's been running since Charlie was born. Ira took me to the hospital in that truck. So did you, once. Your knee. My new knee. Plastic. It'll be like a souvenir. So, long drive? They said they couldn't come in person. Maybe just a shut-in. I don't recognize the address. The order's all... I'm sure we could fill it. Not much left back there. That's good. I wouldn't want a disused pile of antiques to be my... Oh, what's the word? Legacy. Maybe. No, that's not the word. I just need to think a bit. More coffee or something. I've had too much. It'll come to you. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. It seems inevitable that'll start to be words that I lose forever. What are those boxes you set in the hallway? Those are Charlie's old books. Oh. Thought you might like to look at them. I'll take them with me. Thank you. Or it should be here soon. Will you wait with me? Sure, Liz. I'll wait with you. There's your traffic and weather on the 5s. That's every 10 minutes. Brought to you by the Consolidated Power Company. Sarah of her old Kentucky home with Kate, helping you turn your humble home into a mansion after this. Oof. Oh, I have once again forgotten to, what's with Skelly Leg? It looks like the guy from the, distillery in the play. Alright, it's having out for a second. Hopefully it doesn't mess with anything. Okay, it looks like it's still running. I'll catch up with the reading in a second. I forgot to post somewhere. Whoop. Alright. That's only if you make a late payment on a follow-up visit. I think everything went well enough here that they'll only want to bill for... I forgot what voice I was doing for her, sorry. Oh, he's awake. Oh, I went deeper with her, didn't I? Oh, he's awake. How do you feel, old man? All fixed up? Truman says you might be a bit misty coming out of it, so... What time is it? In about 2 hours. What have you been doing? Watched TV for a while, and Dr. Truman showed me some of the terms of this bill. It's kind of... You'll want to look over it yourself, I think. How about that leg? How's your leg feeling? Yeah, that's the important part. Conway shifts his leg a bit in the chair, testing it. Well? Ooh. Ooh, I'm not reading that because that's not the vibe I'm going for, but I like that they're kind of letting the exposition slip in whether or not you want to say it. Alright. This isn't my leg. Not sure. Of course it's your leg. Doesn't feel like it belongs to me anymore. I haven't encountered this reaction before, but it's not totally unheard of. I read a paper on something like this last year. You could have it for a lot of reasons. Neurological, psychological, social. I'm sure it will persist in your case. Your thoughts and feelings are probably still a little nebulous from the neuropnol TM. That's totally normal. It'll pass. I wouldn't recommend driving, at least not for another hour or two, regardless. Thank you, doctor. Sure, let's talk about a few things you should be aware of. Recovery, rehabilitation, and side effects. Oh, I'm used to a few side effects. There'll be side effects in the Neuropnol TM mostly. The operation itself wasn't particularly remarkable. Typically, we see daydreaming, deja vu, pensiveness, fugue states, regular perception of time. About 50% of patients report a generalized sensation of lateness. Nothing to be alarmed about, just keep it in mind. Best thing you do is keep it clean and free of debris. What do I clean it with? Only clean your leg with soft cloths, moistened with water or isopropyl alcohol. You'll definitely want to avoid abrasive agents like detergents or other solvents. So, do you have any questions about the bill? Anything about the bill that didn't make sense? I don't mean to rush you, but I have an early fishing trip. What are you fishing for? Just out on the lake. Stripers, maybe. Gotta keep those wrists and elbows limber, you know? Haha. Thanks for your help. Julian's outside. We can head back to our truck. Ezra was the kid from last time, I think, right? Yeah. I like his little dapper suit. It's cute. So I guess we're going to the museum again. We gotta. Oh, cool! I get to keep the cool leg. Get some rest back there. The doctor seemed nice enough. Yeah, I'm sure he does an okay job. I like how it has a bit of a light trail on it, too. How are the drugs treating you? Street lights seem a bit brighter. Oh, like trails and tracers? Something like that. My mom used to get that. She had migraines. My folks had a peculiar relationship with medicine. We almost never had a regular doctor or health insurance or anything like that. I'm kind of feeling that. Oh, the chat up where I can see it, sorry. Our immigration stuff was a mess for most of my childhood. We only qualified for state programs in small patches before something or other would get contested, and we learned to just pile on dentist appointments and stuff in those short windows. I remember dentist appointments. I think the last one I had was when I was 11 or 12. Cut got infected or migraines were too much to handle. Mom would talk to so-and-so who knew so-and-so, usually another minor, and ended up with some pills. And instead of medical advice, every pill came with gossipy, anecdotal warnings and superstitions. Like all this lore that came with it. Like magic, dangerous, mysterious. Ever run into any problems? Sure, yeah. Stuff would be expired or mislabeled. Mom was allergic to penicillin, as it turned out. That was scary. One time. If you ever learn your medical allergies, definitely write those down. I don't know how severe mine are, but I do know one I have, so. In high school, Weaver got these pills to help her focus. She was so smart. But was going off in different directions, mind racing. Like 5 conversations going on in her head at once. And you're lucky if even one of them is with someone in the room, you know. Yeah, I know. She had these pills, and they seemed to help. I was struggling in school, too. Failing my history class. She offered to share the pills. Yeah, that usually works the opposite for neurotypicals. Did it help? At first, yeah, it helped a lot. I had a kind of presence and clarity of purpose that I've never really had otherwise. I didn't want to stop taking them. One day I was sitting on my bed. My notebook was open next to me on top of a textbook, and I was holding a pen in my hand. I remember this moment from several years before. It came up so suddenly, with such precision, I couldn't put it out of my mind. I thought I had to stay with it until I'd recalled the whole thing perfectly. Just a tiny nothing moment, my mom patching up the side of a bird cage, winding some spare wire around the frame to reinforce it. I was fixated on that image and that sound, the cage kind of bending and twanging as she worked on it, rapping and nodding, scraping copper against paint like bowing a rubber violin with a railroad tie. Parents came back from a triple shift and found me still sitting there on the edge of the bed, pen in hand, clear as with thirst, patching up that bird cage with a 1,000-yard stare. Huh. We go back in, or who are you? Oh, it's those 3 again. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day of the year except Labor Day. Last admission is at 4 p.m. daily. Damn. At the door. You're a little late for the museum. These were the same 3 that were playing the RPG at the very top of the game, and then we're at the museum for one of the interludes. Different museum. And then what? Ben, you're being very uptight right now. You're right, it's unlocked. Well, sure, it's finished in there, though. What's finished? Would it be better if it were finished? Can we be sure of that? I feel like that might be commentary on the fact the game wasn't finished. Like, it came out chunk by chunk over, like... Apparently it was, like, 7 years. I thought it was only, like, 3 or 4. They're pretty friendly in there. I think I heard a voice. Maybe security guard? I didn't hear anything. We're just too late. Let's come back tomorrow. Alright, let's go in. If everything shut down, it'll be pretty boring. Any folks know a diner or something around here? What? It'll be boring. No, Oh, it's starting to bleed through. Yeah, flashlights. Look, if we visit by day, we'll see what they want us to see. If we visit by night, it's all up to us. Only been about, what are you? Okay. Need to be casting off sparks too. Well, it looks like we're taking the truck. So, what's the plan here? What do you think? Well, we've got to get back on the Zero and bring these documents back to the clerk at the bureau. I'm just not sure how to get there. The entrance to the farmhouse was gone. Let's ask at the gas station if he knows another route. Sure, okay, worth a shot. I just want to go back to the gas station. Alright. They get back in the truck. I like that, Julian's flying around still. You're just not with him. Alright, trying to remember where... Oh, that's bad. The truck's engine sputters and dies as Conway guides it carefully off the road next to a fallen tree. Well, so much for that truck outliving us all. Feels like it might be a quicker one. That's one heck of a fallen tree. Let's look at the truck, I guess. Nothing to be done? Can you take a look at it? Guess we could poke around in there, but I don't know a damn thing about engines. Wait, this is why you always leave your truck running? Just superstitious. Right, any other quirks I should know about? Never eat while walking. Well, I guess at your age. Anyway. Do you know this area? Anyone around here that can give us a hand? Looks like a road crew's been out here. Hey, we should call someone. Do you know a good towing company? Let's get adventurous. I can't read the name or the number on this flyer, but it looks like a picture of a tow truck. Worth a shot. I'll give him a call. I hope I can get a signal out here. Oh, Ezra's coming with us. Okay. That's cool. And hanging out with the dog. I love it. Candidaate species, the large brick cell phone held up to her ear. Hi, hello. We've got an old, I want to say diesel, old truck just stalled out. Inaudible, confused. This is your towing company, right? Your flyer's a picture of a tow truck on it. Open 23 hours a day. Let's go inquisitive. Yeah, that's why I'm calling. Exactly, that's all. Apologetic. No, it's okay. We just need to get an auto shop and get to an auto shop and get this taken care of. I like the word maudlin. Are you? Is this a bad time? Pragmatic. Right, yeah, thanks. Okay, it's... Where are we? We're out of 65. Just kind of pulled up by this tree that fell over. Specific. That's actually a pretty accurate description of it, yeah. Hanging over the power lines just like that. Did you see it go down? Indulgent. Okay, my pleasure. How long do you think it'll be? It's weird playing like the side of the discussion that's distant traffic sounds. Hello? I mean, actually, that kind of implies they took the call while they were driving. Are you bored? Are you? Yeah, most of the time. I feel that. Let's play a game. What would you like to play? We can tell the future with this little tree branch. Pretty easy. We just break off all the little sticks in each section and count through the different things that could happen. Okay, what should we ask? It should be about you. I can't do both the counting out and the questions. How will I travel in the future? Ezra snaps the smaller branches away, one at a time, counting out possibilities. Motorbike, motorboat, horseback, hearse. Old truck, new truck. New truck. These other branches are too bare. Don't worry about it too much, just a bunch of sticks. How long do you think we'll be waiting here? Oh, Julian's probably moving the houses back and forth again, that's why we can't just get giant birded out of here. I don't mind, I have a lot to think about. Guess I always do. I'm a thinker, alright. Think they're on their way. Guess we have some time to kill. Look over the road map again. I've stared at that thing too long already. Where'd you get that old map anyway? Oh, it's just been in the truck. Oh, someone must have grabbed it at a gas station somewhere along the line. Maybe they threw it in the glove box at the dealership. My parents bought their first car here. It came with a map. I used to sit in the back and pore over it. Aunt Remedios saw me looking at it, I guess, and a few days later she gave me a map she brought from Colombia. It looked almost hand-painted, deep, vibrant colors, and rough borderlines like anxious brush strokes. Really pretty. I slowly traced the coastline with my finger like I was walking on the beach and say, here we'll swim, here we'll start a fire, here we'll find a cave in the cliff face and go live among the bats for a while. I'm not gonna lie, I used to look at road maps on trips too. I think I'll take a look at that radio of yours. Maybe we can get it going again. No point just standing around. Time to get the VOD muted. Doesn't look like there's much else going on, so. Although I guess that's to split her off in case you wanted to check out the other crew. I think it's been broken for years. So we'll get to find out what station you had it tuned to when it went out. Snapshot of a younger man's taste, haha. Remember what it was? Me? Some college station. Well, I'm sure we'll find something to listen to on the road. Oh, there's a motorcycle engine. Yeah, my cursor went away. I love this jam. Where are we staying tonight? Oh wait, Junebug was the singer, right? Yeah. I'll figure something out. Yeah, I know you will. It'd be nice to stay outside one of these nights. Power down just to rest, but keep an eye on the stars. Be there when the birds wake up. That was romantic. I'm a real romantic, lucky me. How far out are we? Oh, I don't know, it's going up. Are we there yet? Oh, stop. Harry's not gonna be happy. You know he doesn't like me anyway. This was the bar from the play. Are we the play? He doesn't like me anyway. Tell him about the frog. You won't understand. Hey, yeah, didn't you play this on record? Play on this record? This is Dee Dee's record. Yeah, Dee Dee. Dee Dee, that guy was out of control. We should do a set with him. He's a creep. Yeah, that creep can play, though. What time is it? Is one of them a robot? Weird. It's late. Harry's gonna flip out. Relax, Kurt. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm being uptight. Play that keyboard, I'll figure out the rest. I know. See ya. Thanks for the help. Maybe he had a dog. What's it with you and animals lately? I don't know, they have a warmth. You said, well, this useless bread from the bakery gig, it's stale, but the dog won't care. Fine, just for a minute to share some bread. You're the best, and hey, maybe if they're not busy, they can fill some seats at the gig. You know if no one's there, Harry will try and book us on our fee. Was that him? Going pretty fast, whoever they were. They're getting chased by something. Maybe they just have somewhere important to be. Definitely getting chased by something. Hey guys. At least one of them's a robot. Stay here. Careful, he's wicked with strangers. Hi, you. You didn't have to stop, we got a tow coming. Hey there, Cricket, we didn't have to stop. Oh, why'd we stop? That's a good question. These folks seem to have a certain handle on the situation. So... Really, you didn't have to... Sure, or something like that. Listen, we got two questions for you folks. What kind of people do you take us for? I mean, how do we strike you? Seem nice enough. What do you think, Cricket? Our generosity is unmistakable, ma'am. It radiates. Are they radioactive? It does radiate. Now here's another question for you. Do you like music? You like music? That's an interesting one from Ezra, but sometimes I like to leave the radio down between... Nope. They were gonna cut us off anyway. I love it. That or they're just misogynist pricks. Of course you do. Say they should come to our gig. What an idea. Well, we're waiting for a tow. So, we won't hear about that. This time of night, you'll be kicking your heels till dawn. We'll fix your truck up. Me and Johnny are a couple regular gearheads. We got car, guys. Confirmed. Well, I just put a new cylinder block in this baby over here. I like the name Vicious Cycle. The Vicious Cycle. That's what we call our bike. Called the Vicious Cycle. Be tough, huh? Get you fixed up quick so you can come to the gig. See, we have a regular booking night, and, well, we're running late. Very late. But I told them, not the old man who... Now, the old man who runs this venue, Harry Esperanza, is a notorious withholder. And if we don't get us, I guess, get a few bodies in the crowd, well, we'll go all penny pinching on this. Because the customers aren't paying anything. Just a short set, we only have one song prepared. You come to the gig, won't you? Of course we will. Fair enough. Of course I will. Can you believe we almost didn't stop? Hungry, old man? I think I got a crust in the sidecar here. That dog of yours is such a pitiful sight. Well, it's all said and done. We stopped. That's all that matters. Our gig's at an old tavern called the Lower Depths. It's over there by the old Charlie Moran Highway, just east off 65. We usually take a ride off the interstate around the petting zoo. Johnny likes the petting zoo. I do like the petting zoo. Now, let's see about that truck of yours. Feel certain we can get it running. Alright. So... They know where they're going. It feels like it's going... Oh, there's the petting zoo. Petting zoo is closed. I like having the wheel and the gear intersect. That's cute. A good visual. I like the slightly dipping R. Hard time served. Feels a little like home, huh? It's not all bad memories. Some of it I don't remember at all. Just wanted to see if anything was going on over here. Oh, dumpster. Trash bin is filled. Several pairs of working shoes, a few hats, a Ziploc bag with 3 pairs of eyeglasses. That's weird. Ventilator, sure they're open? Sure they're open. It's one of those places. Get on in. We're not saying so we've kept our appointment. How many people can boast as much? It's lovely, ma'am. Who said it? Poet. I didn't even bother assuming gender. I was just throwing voices on people. Okay, so I had them backwards. I didn't realize Junebug was the one driving. Okay. Ma'am, I hate to say it, but the cupboard is bare. Have some vision, Cricket. We've got 1, 2, 4 patrons. Hair doesn't count. Well, we've done more with less. What kind of music do you play? Like Cyrano Cole meets Ike Tanner, but with a woman lead, and the keywords are kind of ambient whisper wave. A little bit more reverb. There's some Dolly crowd in there too. I'm curious if these are actual bands or artists. I'm actually gonna write these down. Sorry. Some Dolly crowd in there too. Like the early stuff before she joined the Street Sheet Swingers. Hit her drum programming though. I don't know who those people are. Well, you'll hear in a minute. Nobody's commented on the legs. Oh, sandwich. Oh, yeah, the brick sandwiches. A rough brick between 2 pieces of stale bread sits in the center of the table, surrounded by a ring of undisturbed dust. Sandwich has been here for a while, then. Yeah, this is definitely the same bar. Goggles. Literal beer goggles. Bulky set of black goggles sit on the edge of the table, next to an ashtray, a newspaper, and a few empty glasses. Oh. Who do you think that belongs to? Whoever they are, they're gone now. Must have been pretty tanked to leave behind. It looks expensive. Ezra flips eagerly through the jukebox's catalog of songs. What do you think? I know how to play this game. All important tonight is Hard Times Whiskey. Got any coffee going? No coffee. Hard Times Whiskey. Say, shut the goddamn door, would you? I can't afford to run the AC on that. Actually, no, he's a good Christian man. Shut the GD door. It would be GD. Sorry, Harry. Oh, it's you two. Where have you been? Never mind. Listen, I can't keep the place open through the small hours and not just waiting for musicians. Gets lonely, doesn't it? Yeah, kinda. Didn't look at this one up. This is after the distillery visited. Everybody had to clear out. Get set up, huh? We're here to listen to it. I can't pay for... You brought some people, Harry. Crowd is forming. Yeah, but also, don't you want to hear some music, Harry? Don't sound nice after the day I've had. But, I just love how well the graphic style works for the neons as well. I was looking out there. How are y'all feeling tonight? We get a bit more reverb in the monitors. Or just a soundboard behind the bar. At least you knows how to mix. Oh, so test 1 350 lamentation. Sounds good. How's everybody doing? Everybody had a real bad night? How about you, old man? Not too bad? Well, we'll take care of that right now. I love her. There's a song I heard in Tavern many years ago, an open mic night. Me and Johnny were just riding around, you know. You like to drive around, old man? That's my job. Of course you do. We were out riding and we passed this gaudy old tavern. I mean, it was a real dive. Busted up facade. Weeds in the parking lot. Taps all dry. Bats in the bar room. About this creaky bag of bones. Looked like the only thing keeping awake was fear of death. We're glad to be back here at the lower depths. Hey, now. So we stopped for another drink, and there was a lady singing right there on stage. The song she sang, well, stuck with us. That's a regular part of our repertoire. Never got that lady's name, but she seemed like a sweet gal. She had a voice like Scotch whiskey. And we hope to do her song justice. So here it is, Too Late to Love You. Well, that's cool. Whoa. Costume change. This is awesome. Left me. I'm just gonna let the lyrics go up there because I'm not even sure how I would sing along. The hand out of the way. Oh, maybe I have to click to make it proceed. I clicked, nothing happened. Okay, let's let it red. Oh, I think I have to pick one. Okay. I wish we'd met before. Alright. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I should have realized from the yellow text, but... So cool. We like the moon. Oh good, it sings itself. So did they record like 3 separate songs? Well, hypothetically, it's probably several songs that connect if they let me select more, but that's awesome. That or they just shuffle the parts around. That would make a little more sense. I do love the karaoke indicator. I think that always, it also puts in a spacer there no matter what. I know we get a little more background on these two, one of the interludes or something later on. Or maybe we can talk to them after the show. Give me that deep June bug lore. Say before the song, like, I would love to hear a director's commentary, like how this came together and scene wise, like, is it kind of the David Lynchian catching ideas and then just building the interstice, or the end come first? I'm curious. And like, even with this song, I want to know, did they get the tune first and find lyrics that fit it no matter what, or did they this is where I thought they were going. Yeah, like did they come up with the tune first and then try to jam lyrics in there that were same sort of on theme no matter what you picked? And are they all the same cadence or what? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like processes, damn it. I just realized now that we have Ezra, we kind of have all three, like age ranges. You have child, younger adult, and old, like senior with Conway, and well, Shannon and then Conway respectively, I should say, which is interesting. Well, hope you liked it. Kind of sad, isn't it? Kind of. Listen, we appreciate you folks sticking around for the show. There's nothing more wretched than playing sad songs to an empty room. We just got to get our fee from Harry, and then we'll get you headed to the Zero. Well, Harry, I think that went pretty well. I'd say the crowd was into it. Reverential. Wrapped. Guess the usual fee is about right. That you get back to your business. Well, that's just the damn it I was trying to tell you to. I can't pay. They cleaned me out. I got nothing left but a GD IOU from the distillery. An IOU? Yeah, I traded them some Traded them for some whiskey. Somebody traded some souls. Also, like this table position would imply that the guy we were first personing in the entertainment was wearing goggles, and now I'm starting to wonder why. For some whiskey, and I guess I had some surplus credit, so I got this note to get some more from them later on. It's been a hell of a trade. I had to. Gotta keep the place open somehow, god damn it. What's your language, Harry? Did you pay them with your IOU? Well, very contemporary, very astute. How about it, Harry? Let's push some paper around. Well, it's just, I can collect on it here when they bring more whiskey up. Free to cash in, I have to go down to, down to the distillery. Down to hard times, and you've got to take the zero. I guess they're coming with us. So that's what we'll do. How do we get there? You folks sure you want to head down there? I've never been that myself, but people hear things, rumors. Do you know another way to Dogwood Drive? Dogwood, got a letter, did you? I got a stag of them. Well, okay. Sounds like zero's your only course now. What does he know about what is this Dogwood Drive thing? Harry, you're alright. If only. Got a radio in your car? Yep. Well, here's what you gotta do. Take a left out of the parking lot and just fiddle around on your dial to hear something familiar, but... familiar but strange, you know the feeling? Like, I used to go hunt with my uncle out in the mountains. Now I watch these nature programs. Go to the mountains and there's deer. There's a deer and I know all the plants in every kind of tree, but something just doesn't look right. But it's even stranger being so close to familiar. Something like that. You know when you hear it. Uncanny, if you will. Fix that straight to a familiar station on your dial, drive for a bit, and then turn around when the station cuts out. I mean right then. Hope you folks found what you're looking for, eventually. Always a pleasure, Harry. Is it? You'd think Harry would have commented on my glowy leg. If anyone else can still, see it. Alright, so... Radio. Oh, this is cool. I'm an FM man. That's lovely. Ooh. The station doesn't quite match the bartender's description. Definitely weird though. Let's keep scanning. Said we know when we heard it. There's some grooves on here. Point oh. What's the station? I've never heard of this before. Sounds like horses. Horses running? A race? Said Ira had some horses years back. Yeah, I've always been a little afraid of them. They're so big and, I don't know, look in their eyes and they're almost human. Like they're human and animal at the same time. Since they've been domesticated so long, I guess. Well, that fits familiar but strange for me. Harry said we just drive until it cuts out? Okay. I didn't even get a chance to turn around. That's probably our signal to turn around. We also, the gas station we started at was shaped like a horse, so how deep does this run? think we got to all. Oh, forgot about that number. So, well, if we go to the still, turn around. I know we did the meditation tunnels, we did the springs, we did the gallery. I think we did the river tunnels. Yeah, okay, I remember the feather one, so. If we see the bottle, turn around to the still and turn around again, okay. All the Mountain King. Here's what this is. Oh. Okay, I thought we were going to the distillery, but whatever. Y'all got Grieg on my, my Kentucky Route Zero. What do you suppose happened here? Some kind of storm washed it away? Or just a slow drip from the ceiling wearing it down? Bridge ends abruptly, crumbling in disrepair. Time to cut him loose, ma'am? Oh, I'm having fun. Ah, okay, so night anyway. Just drifting a bit to Ezra there. Let's go onto the boardwalk. Man, it's definitely looking a little more spry now. Oh, I like the kind of pop in from the fog. Loop of decayed rope is coiled on the banister. Some rotted sections have been smoothed over with a fine dust. This has clearly been here a while. Computers? Broken computer monitors are heaped precariously among the rocks. A carrier for a cat or small dog has been left by the path. A calcified rag wadded in the corner may once have been a blanket. That's got me feeling for other reasons. A hiking backpack leans against a rock. It's empty except for a dusty bag of cat food and a few punch cards. Didn't we run into a punch card reader before? Pile of discarded electronics burned steadily in the center of the chamber. You hopefully don't pop any batteries though. Oh, it's triangles within triangles down here. Shifting, intersecting, overlaying. Isn't it romantic? Let's see. You're here to steal back the love of a boy you once knew, and you were too young to recognize the movements of the heart. And you were escorting her, pretending to have her interest at heart, while really... Really, you're in love with the young woman as well, and so you've agreed to help conspire to win her affections, but it's just a ploy to set him up for embarrassment, and diminish him out of the picture. I'm into it. Well, maybe I still have the knack. I used to be really good at this. I had 11 novels published from The Billionaire's Bidding to Fields of Longing. Real hot, bodice-ripping stuff, you know? I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. Just me and my thesaurus, steaming up the windows. Why'd you stop writing? No, suddenly it was all computers everywhere you went. I thought I might be able to do something with that. Inject a little libido into those ugly beige boxes. Ha! So I went back to the university and I studied human-computer interaction. And I picked up Donald's research art assistantship here as a tester, debugging. Donald? In my off hours, I played around with the doomed love story at the core of our little simulation. That seemed to amuse Donald, so I kept at it. I'm afraid I tinkered too much, made it too complex. Now our work is never done. We don't even have to add any new functionality. The bugs just grow on their own. Too complex. I miss those days in my Lexington studio apartment. A woman in a tattered cardigan looks furtively at the other people around the fire. Alright, same thing as before. Old man over here. Oh, that's Donald, okay. Donald puffs on a smoldering pipe while half mumbling, half singing an old country tune. Where the old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunlit sea. Oh, who are you? What's that song? Oh, you've caught a verse of my absent-minded warbling. It's just a song from my youth. Some a dear friend used to sing to herself as we hacked on crystal radios in the boiler room. In old Kentucky, where my love a lovely home did build for me, and where that old green river runs through hills and caves not known to us, down to that sunless sea. I'm not familiar with if it is an actual song, so I apologize if I massacred that. From there on, it's all meandering rivers and romantic greenery, and that is... what were we talking about? What's that computer over there? It looks pretty vintage. Looks like a Harvard's old computer, doesn't it? Like some beat up mainframe exhumed from a university basement and left in this cave to rot. Or to flower. No, it's no ordinary computer. I've modified it extensively, and in some pretty experimental ways, believe you me. And I have to say nothing of the software, but... you look like a technically minded sort of person. Tell me, you know the effects of mold growth on diffuse-based transistor circuitry? Mold would burn up. Exactly. Burns and the sweet smoke that issues from it. But it also leaves a sticky residue to seep through the machine, forming new connections and creating new circuits. Computer's no longer pure domain of language or mathematics, but entropy. That reminds me, like I was reading... I was reading a tweet about an article earlier about how, like... experiments have done where they left, like, slime molds on, or yeah, they would leave food for slime molds on, or slime mold infected, like, branches and stuff on maps. And, like, the molds would form networks, like, that kind of mirrored the existing subway or other transit systems. Like, because that was, like, the way that, it was, like, the most effective way to get from point to point, so... some people are suggesting maybe they should, like, start doing that in the future for more, like, urban planning and stuff. Thwarted and feeble, we hammer on this derelict keyboard. My name is Reason, King of Kings. We are mere tourists in the ruins. Our keystrokes echo off into the tunnels, boundless and bare. Caves stretch far away. We are too late. Always too late. What? Say something? I'm just interested in the mold computer. The mold computer, the... oh, Xanadu! You've heard about it. Perhaps you read about it in a journal. It's been years since I published anything. Xanadu has evolved significantly since I explained its data structures in my article Literary Multitudes, a Pretextual Narrative as Post-Cultural Witness. Or Post-Structural Witness. Thinking about all that post-cultural Marxism. Just wrapped up in it. Alright, I'm old and deteriorated. Donald Sutton. Takes a puff from his pipe. I'm afraid you're too late, fellow hypertext enthusiast. He seems like a guy who's an enthusiast. There's some mold accumulated in the circuitry. Xanadu blossomed for a moment into something holy and enchanted, and then all the charm was broken. You have any idea what it's like to spend your life building something and sit powerlessly as your work declines into ruin? God damn. Oof. Fixed TVs and about to lose leads on my workshop. Oh, they are not long. The days of electron guns and cathode rays. Out of a glowing dream, a ghostly light emerges for a while, then fades. Well, I have my own ghosts. I keep them in there, in Xanadu. Like it's running on that glorious dust machine. Take a look if you'd like. Too late to do anything but smoke and reminisce anyway. Far too late to do anything. With Amy, Donald, and Andrew. The ADA. The Americans with Disabilities Act. I mean, I guess the boardwalk's technically compliant? Do you know that when it first... No, I mean, if this cave were larger, could it... I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got it. How would you characterize this space? The one we're standing in now. Kinda spooky, but I'm not scared. It's spooky for a baby. I think we don't agree that's a fair assessment. How could... Wait, let's unpack that for a moment. What makes it spooky? No. How do you know it's spooky? Or would it be... Or would be spooky for a baby? Shadows. But they're not just shadows, right? I mean, they could be the projections, or maybe they're anatomies. How's that? Can you tell where we are now? Surrounded by the creeping anatomies? Close your eyes. Will you close your eyes? We'll leave you close yours. Okay, I can do it from memory. Good, now. You are standing at the top of a rocky peak. Oh god, it's another text adventure. A tongue of flame licks the shadowy anatomies of... Where are we? Oh, here again. How disappointing. Sorry to disappoint. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't be so attached to the future. It's always getting in the way of my work. Better to be in the moment, carefully observing and documenting, with no attachment. Let me give you an example. I was a grad student studying statistics when I started working with Donald on this project. He said we needed someone with a more analytical mind to do the descriptive writing, someone who appreciate the cave descriptions as real labor, instead of taking their authorial voice for granted. That would warn me it would be long hours of typing painstakingly detailed descriptions into the computer. And I've put in the hours. Believe me, I've put in the hours. I've described every facet of this cave in such details that sometimes I don't know if I'm reading or looking, writing or exploring. Often in the dark and lonely moments, I worry that in my sleep I've just transcribed rooms from my dreams into the system. We're adding more layers to the onion, baby. How would we know? They could only be entered with precise, faithful detail. That's all I know how to write. And all I dream about is caves. I only dream of caves. And wearing large glasses, inspect the ceiling. Massive gate constructed out of scavenged materials blocks passage down the far side of the spire.
The kingdom is in peril. Huh. Well, what else is new? Where's the kingdom? Here in the throne room, there are 3 legendary treasures hidden throughout the castle that will restore these ruins to their former glory. What do they look like?
He's messing with you, kid.
Ha! Enchanted jewelry? Talismans? A magic mirror that prevents the future. A magic shield that protects the wearer from age. A magic chest that's always filled with. I never went to the university. I was an independent scholar. Means I took to the public libraries like a beachcomber. I studied fairy tales. And then I came to work for Donald. Paid the bills. Rubbed leathering elbows with academics. Scraped black mold from cave walls. Finally, now I carry the firewood into senescence. Kingdom is in peril.
Woman in a long worn shirt stares at the fire, lost in thought. Baffling control panels are sheltered from the elements with a worn tarp. Closet-side wall of knobs and wires looms behind the machine, humming faintly. An electric typewriter is the only easily recognizable component. How do you think we get it started? This old thing? Maybe there's a hand crank around. Oh, there's a run key. Damn. That is old. Ooh. Oscilloscope screen. Oh, that kind of fits the whole vector graphic vibe. This is how they would be. This is the sort of screen to be generated on. I didn't see what it said there. Hand to something. So we got house. Okay. Well, this thing is in rough shape. Hey, blowing on it. Finally blows some dust off the keyboard and presses the return key. Old, small. Okay, that's worse. That is a house type house. Oh, I recognized. Blade quit? Everywhere. Oh, looks like we. Oh, wait. I forgot who Lula's companions were. Lula can hang on that fast. That's a Lula. Oh wait, yeah, didn't Donald work with... Donald went down into the cave! Or Lula went into the cave to send the tape back. Did Donald go back down to try and find her? Donald... I just noticed the printers going back and forth here too. Oh, the typewriter, okay. How do you tell that you type so much? Okay. It's all something, but my voice. Joseph is it has punch the spectroscopy. Paper cases. How do you get this CRT display? How do you sack holding up? Damn, I can't tell what you're saying. Oh, I have my portable degausser with me. The system's like this can build up a remnant magnetic field that sort of warps everything along whatever pattern it's up into, you know? Degausser. I like the explanation of degausser. Pick it up by simply shaking the magnetic field around it until it's uniform again. That's how I like to think of it. Shaking the snow globe. Haha, worth a shot. Degauss that bad boy. Hall of the Mountain Gink. Close enough. Well, okay. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, wow, well, you already feel I go tough. In the center of the enormous cockspire. This is where you put up your equipment. Okay. You throw out the file, press on it, keep equipped. Lost cause, what a piece of junk. I guess Johnny waited back in the cars with Homer. It sounds like they just described where they set up to record for the art installation. But I don't know. Bizarre. What was that about Lula? Maybe Donald's have cleared up a bit. Press the Donald button. I do appreciate that you still have to walk around manually even if you hit like the quote-unquote quick travel button. Oh, you've seen it for yourself. What's left of it? Is that the end? Dog bones of a brutal dream. But you can see what it once was, can't you? Can't you? There's so much more to it. Ornate labyrinths of memory. Ultimately, simulated parallel cave ecosystems. Real artificial intelligence built on sophisticated neural network algorithms. Birds singing the forest. The birds of forest could flock in 3 dimensions. Bats could learn to sing. Then it began to crumble when the strangers came. First we only heard them walking heavily through the caves, dragging things around, hammering and clattering our tools. Sometimes we heard working songs, never close enough to make out the real voices, just their echoes cascade wordlessly in the tunnels. Then we caught a glimpse of one. These are like the boys from the story, I'm guessing. What do they look like? They look like. No, it's too horrible. Shouldn't be telling you about this. Dangerous. They're strange. Never tried out with them. They were always too much for me, but it's too late now. I listened to Lula. Lula? Lula Chamberlain? Yes, of course. Oh, do you know her? Oh, we only know her as the clerk, not the artist, that's why. How do you know her? A long time ago. All this, you see, just look at it. Nope, she's gone now. She left. We built this together. Did you know? Lula, Joseph, and I. Lula's gone from here, but Donald points across the cave with his pipe. Still in there. In Xanadu. Don't know where Lula is now, or how to get there from here, or how to unwind that damn tangled highway, but Xanadu, before its ruin, was faultless as an oracle, shrine to perfect simulation. Until, but maybe? Those weird interlopers destroyed my Xanadu. Perhaps they know how to fix it. Maybe dangerous. I've spent many eager seconds to negotiate with them to repair my masterpiece. Back there, that tunnel. Push back the vines. Crawl out into the darkness. Watch your step. After a while, you'll feel the terrain change beneath your hands and knees. From rock to crystal, then to mud. Then you'll be out. That's where the strangers come from. Now leave me alone. Still got a bit of mold in my pipe and a few dreams left. That's good mold. I'll say this these are relatively rapid fire scenes here. That's a great name for an area. It's kind of like a graveyard. Like, yeah, there's like graves and mausoleums. We're just waiting for somebody to pop out. No. There we are. What's up, everybody? Well, this can't be right. Looks like an old church. We're look inside. Yes.
I want to stay outside.
Okay. I'll stay with them.
You can look for lizards.
Okay, we'll make it quick. Mud was the last one, right? Oh, we're looking for lizards. An epitaph is engraved on the stone grave marker. Whit Barringer. Generous disposition. Will be missed. Below the inscription note is written in white chalk. HT8191T. Fill date June 29th. Notes of almond. Yeah, I think they're using souls in the whiskey, I think is the deal here. Justin C. Rons with Justin C. Rounds. You think you two would have really liked each other. G8192B. Fill date July 24th. Weird finish. Epitaph engraved on the stone grave marker. J. Benjamin Holman. Always had a far off look. Probably still does. 8192E. Fill date August 1st. Aftertaste of rainwater. Nicholas O'Brien or Kyriakos Corsaris. 192N. Fill date September 8th. Sweet and fungal. Got that fungal funk. Having engraved with a stone grave marker. Jerry Monken would have wanted it this way. 8192Q. Fill date September 9th. Maple turpentine. Delicious. John Peterson. Should have said something. 92X. Fill date November 1st. Sense of foreboding. Unknown. Seemed reasonable. Easy on the nose. Find any lizards?
I wasn't really looking.
Nice cover story, kid.
That guy your boyfriend?
Oh, what's a boyfriend anyway? It's a word people use because everyone else does. Doesn't mean anything to me. He's my cricket. I like her. See, it means something specific.
I want to be specific.
I think you are. It's the middle of the night, and here you are in a graveyard. Any other kid your age would be in bed. Gotta make choices and own them. I think I was born. You think I was born this foxy? Came off the assembly line about a half foot shorter, all gray, no eyes. We're gonna have us clearing out the old mine. Doesn't matter what you look like under all that rock and water. Bunch of gray shadows shoveling and hammering invisibly at the bowls, draining the tunnels. Trying to find some gears. An old tape layer. Whoa! Oh, so the stuff that was left behind by the researchers got them on their music kick. That's awesome. We had an underwater cave and listened to it over and over, and we knew we weren't miners. That's certainly a metaphor for a lot of things. We slipped out onto the road. Just these two featureless shadows, and ever since that night we've been detailing, coloring in, specifying. Been more like myself every day.
I feel like more like myself when it's just me and Julian.
Well, there. Now you're getting specific. Interesting take on finding oneself. I'm into it. I'm in my late 30s and still haven't. There you are. What'd you find it then? It wasn't. Hey, what's going on? You look flushed, old man. Doesn't matter. Right, okay, we got what we need. Let's go. What? What did we need? Oh, we were bringing something back. Oh, somebody to fix the computer. Okay. Alright, Donald. I guess we found something. There's an orb around the road and close your eyes with holy dread. We on moving whiskey fed and dragged from rivers down below. We found your strangers. We know how to fix your damn machine, but I'm not sure it was worth it. Oh, soon the visions will return. What have you found? I feel like I want the specific phrase. I like the power words. You need to type it in a specific phrase to restore it. Oh, a bit of a poem to rally the illustrious spirit, of course. Well then, type away. By all means, do not hesitate. Type away. Kind of like that Shannon took the lead on this one. I also appreciate that they're telling, not showing on this one. Although, again, I think the visitors are like the same ones that are the ones that work in the distillery. Hence the notes and whatnot. The flavor notes. Okay, we're supposed to type dome in air. Weird. Just following instructions. Here we go. We got a lot of scenes, yeah? So, dome in air. I don't know what that could be. Your reference to. The music's a little better. Alright. The decals seems to have helped. Xanadu at end of road. Really, we don't need to blast it again, really. It's good enough to me. Yeah, standing at the road before a small brick building. Around you is a forest. Check out the building. Enter building? Inside building. I love this audio. This is great. You are inside a building, a storage shed for the National Park Service. There is a sensible modern electronic lantern nearby. Get the lantern. Taken. Exit building. Enter forest. There we go. That's not something you can enter. I'm glad we at least took Ezra's advice. Or Ezra's advice. Just type a direction. North. There we go. You are in open forest with a deep valley to one side. Can we climb a tree? I don't think much is to be achieved by that. Sorry. We dig a hole? You can't see any such thing. With a limited vocabulary. You are in forest. Hey, it's a maze. West? West. You're in forest. Lula is here, soldering replacement components in a small handmade radio. Oh, we should talk to her. That's gonna be too complex for the parser. Ask Lula how she's doing. Oh, it worked here. Hi, Donald. I'm getting the strangest interference out here. I've been tuning the radio circuits gradually as we go, swapping capacitor values and tweaking resistor networks. It was working for a while, but everything I could pick up sounds so distant and muffled. Lula hands you the radio. Well, maybe you'll have better luck. You're good at this stuff. Just don't forget to give it back. Just went west, right? I'm working on the Zelda Lost Woods. They just go northwest, southwest, northwest, southwest. You're in forest. Joseph is here tapping with a small stylus on a modified pocket braille slate. A small gray kitten, no more than a few weeks old, dozes comfortably on top of his backpack. Oh, that's why they had the cat carrier. Maybe he has something to say. Listen. Donald, I was just transcribing your footsteps. Sounded like... Joseph runs his finger along the index card he's been tapping on from right to left. Long, weary song, drearily gone, or dearly gone. You beat a melancholy shuffle through these woods, Donald. Ha! I've been noting down the sounds of the forest with an ear for speech, an inborn filter for poetry, I suppose. So maybe it's me being melancholy after all. I'm eager to see what the poetic subsystem makes of these punched cards. Go west again. Alright, we found a hole. We don't even have to dig it, it's there for him. Oh, wasn't there something on the tapes at the museum about going down a hole? You are at the edge of a massive hole. The dirt gives way to rock as the ground sinks into darkness. The computer tied to your upper back slickens with sweat in the afternoon sun. The rope slung around your shoulder slipped under the strap of your backpack, digging uncomfortably against your collarbone. Shine the lamp into the hole. Our lamp is now on. Shine lamp and hole. The lamp light reaches a few yards down the hole where the rock is coated in slimy black mold. You can tell the walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. Lean in a bit and check it out. Down. Cave walls are too slick to climb safely without assistance. You lose your footing and fall to your death. Oops. I just wanted to lean. Score was 0 out of possibly 192. We got an achievement for it. You died. What? You may continue or quit. Continue. It's like the old Sierra scores. Okay. Yell into the hole first, see if they're pirates. Yell. I only understood you as far as wanting to yell. Yell. Any pirates down there? No response. Sorry, kid, you're about 0 to... At least we know there's no pirates. I'm using the rope to climb down safely. Tie rope to tree. The rope is tied snugly to a tree trunk. Down. Your feet slip a few times on the slimy rock, but you remain stable. Lula and Joseph descend carefully after you. So we're playing as Donald. That much is clear. In bed quilt. Is that the name of the system? You are in bed quilt, a long east-west passage with holes everywhere. Joseph and Lula remove the computer equipment they are carrying on their backs and begin setting up. That's the last trip, so everything's down here now. Say something back to her. Say something back. You make an awkward joke. Wait, this was actually on the tape, wasn't it? Don't be so morbid. Lula looks pensive.
Ask her where the treasure is.
Ask Lula treasures. If we knew that, we wouldn't have to set up down here. I know you think this environment will help our project get us in touch with deep romantic reverence for some kind of profound natural spookiness, but that was more comfortable in our lab. The university picked the worst time to cut our funding. Typical institutional stinginess and academic politics. I mean, I felt like we were really getting close to something. Anyway, I don't know if it's sustainable down here, you know, to live and work here, together. What's the gear they're carrying? Well, I think I would like Resident Evil merchant there. Ask Lulu about gear. Sure, Donald, we may as well take inventory. I've got the tape machine and the synthesizer parts we borrowed from the School of Music. It's all tuned up to my voice so we don't have to type so much. Okay, this is all the stuff that was kind of screwed up earlier. Joseph has his slate and the punch cards he's transcribed from the poems we read him. He's got the typewriter and the paper tape reader. You've got the CRT display. How's your back holding up? Joseph looks uncomfortable. Jealous. Hey Donald, can you help me wire up these generators? I'll assemble the synthesizer, but I could use some help with the serial interface if you have time. You hear an unfamiliar echo from a tunnel to the east. Maybe if we help Lula, she'll have some more to tell us. Help Lula? Thanks, Donald. I can never remember which color lead goes to which pin. Lula begins unpacking a box of wires and terminals. You think there are paintings down here? Cave paintings, I mean. Maybe some old pottery shards from when the world was young and early men and women huddled in these caves too. Do you know? I think cultural fossils are the saddest fossils. Sadder than animal remains, I mean. You might come across a petrified mollusk or a partial dinosaur footprint and we say, there's a point of contact here where a body touched the earth. Maybe there's a little bit of evidential garbage, but the life who owned that body never cared and has moved on anyway. And that's the end of it. But suppose I shine my lantern down on one of these walls, and I see a crude painting, thousands of years old. 2 men and a woman, charcoal and blood on rock. Someone put that there, to keep something on the rock after she passed. A hope, a relationship, or a moment. A worry, maybe, or a regret. She made a painting to keep something alive for her. But like that dead mollusk and that itinerant dinosaur, she had to move on. Whatever it was is gone, and now we're looking at this painting. This dangling copy, with no original. You're interrupted by the ominous echo of a grating, scraping sound from the east, louder than before. What the hell was that? Let's check it out. Welcome to the tunnels. I don't want to degauss it any further because I'm afraid I'm going to screw it up. I'd rather just keep going. You rush down the tunnel with Joseph and Lula close behind. How do you like all this, kid?
Kind of boring. There's a lot of reading, but I'm really good at that anyway.
The tunnel narrows and soon you find yourself crawling on your hands and knees. Navigating the tunnel gradually becomes more awkward as smooth rock gives way to jagged crystalline surfaces. So we've gone from rock to crystal, so there should be mud after this. Scratches and taps echo from the end of the tunnel, some short and some piercing, some slower and groaning as if dampened by water. The tunnel opens into a large room. Oh, we're playing Rez now. Is this the trio, or are these the strangers they found? You are in a large irregular chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling are covered with crystalline projections. Strangers are here, scraping black mold. Oh, it's freaking out. And the crystals. They look up when you enter. One of them seems about to speak. Finally! Let's listen to what he says. Stranger reaches for a box he's carrying and presses a plastic button. The box whirs to life, and a crackly voice blurts something unintelligible, then slows to a deep gurgle. He looks at his companions momentarily in confused disappointment. Then he returns his awful gaze to you. Joseph flees through a tunnel to the north. Lula flees through a tunnel to the northeast. Follow Lula. Run north. Lula's headlamp scans across the northern passage as you run. Soft shadows loom perplexingly from floor to ceiling. You feel around to distinguish shadows from crystals, but eventually find yourselves cornered. You have hit a dead end. Who are they? Let's find a way out of here. Escape. That's not a verb I recognize. Look for escape. You can't see any such thing. Listen, I think they've gone back to work. They seem strange somehow. Maybe they've forgotten about us. Alright, let's try to pass them quickly now. Don't make eye contact. Then we'll find our way back to the equipment. Alright, listen no more. Yeah. You are in bed, quilt, a long east-west passage with halls everywhere. Lula is here, panting for breath. Did they follow us? Where's Joseph? Search for him. Search. I only understood you as far as wanting to search. We have to be more specific. Down one of the tunnels? Search tunnel. You select a tunnel at random. Your lantern illuminates several sets of footprints in the moldy cave floor, but they are impossible to identify. For the equipment? Search equipment. The various computer and audio equipment casts angular shadows into the tunnels as you scan slowly across the pile. Nothing. Joseph climbs down from the rope still tied above. That damn sound, those damn voices. I don't even know what direction I was running. I wove through that network of tunnels. I ran my hand along the wall. Always turning left, but every turn and every rock felt the same. For all I knew, I was running in circles. That sounds a lot like the Zero. Finally, I ended up here. And I hid. I panicked. I heard you talking, but I didn't think I could trust my senses. But listen, there's one thing I have to tell you. While I was out there, lost in the tunnels and caves, okay, he found the Zero. I came across the Zero, and I had no idea. It's like a real place. They pick up garbage. They deliver mail. They go to work and church. But it has an awful kind of emptiness. How long was he there? Wandering through, I heard horrible echoes. Weird images that got burned in my mind's eye. A television, a scarecrow, a crystal, a feather, a sandwich, a CRT bottle, a monitor, a bottle, an anchor. Lula looks down at her feet. What's up with Lula? Ask Lula what is up. Nothing. Just, Joseph, you sound disturbed. Lulu, you've heard the same damn stories I have. It doesn't matter now, damn it. I'm leaving. To hell with all of it. Getting back on track. We're so close. Divert Joseph's attention. You shout something at Joseph about the project you are working on together. You'll die in these damn cold caves. And what about those men? You know they'll come back. Tell them we can hide from the strangers. Suggest finding a hiding place. You shout something at Joseph about going deeper into the caves. Did you hear their voices? They'll find you, but not me. I'm going back to the surface. Stop. Your stupid fight is ringing through the whole damn cave. Joseph is right. We can't stay here. I'm leaving too, but I'm not going back to the surface. I'm taking my station wagon. I'm heading down to 0. Well, don't let her leave us here. Get Lula's attention. You plead with Lula about your continued collaboration. This is right from the tapes. I'll send you this tape when I'm done recording. I'll put it in the mail, and then you can see what your damn machine does with it. Lula and Joseph have left. Abandoned by your collaborators, your confidants, your companions, the only two among your colleagues with whom you've ever trusted the gift of your friendship. Pretty thick. Sounds like Beardo had his heart broken. You wander the tunnels alone, dragging along the components of your unrealized masterpiece, combing the underground passages for a new site in which to realize your vision. Sounds like a genius. I'm going a little too deep on that, but anyway. How do you mean? Wordy. Huh. I had a guy who came into the shop once with a bunch of old radios and computers and stuff. Real junk. I think he collected it going down alleys or something. Anyway, it was all broken. He asked me if I could get the tubes out and clean them up, the vacuum tubes. So I pulled every vacuum tube I could find, threw the rest out, and I went over to them with some rubbing alcohol and cleaned the leads. I used some nail polish remover on the glass. They did a pretty good job. He came back in the next day, and I laid it all out on a towel for him so he could check it out. Got the towel from my Aunt Remedios, and like everything with her, it's really kind of nice, you know? It's red and has this gold embroidery around the edges. I guess it was a little too nice. This guy got all excited about the presentation, kind of circled it and observed each tube from a distance, moving his head around in weird, quick bobs like a pigeon. And he started just lecturing at nobody in particular about the history of vacuum tubes. Talked for an hour. We went on a few dates, but nothing really came of it. Turns out he was kind of boring. Oh, that's cool. I like that representation of it. After what may have been years, you stumble out of a tunnel into a cavernous open space. Stalactites adorn the ceiling like grotesques. In the center of the room is an enormous rocky spire. This is where you will set up your equipment and establish your legacy. Now is the time to continue your work. Research assistance, 0. Realism index, 37%. Romance index, 2%. Mold coverage, 0%. You may hire a new research assistant, assign assistants to a task, or sleep until tomorrow. We don't have any assistants, so hire a new research assistant. Hire. Uploading job advertisement to university message boards. You have hired Weaver, who studies mathematics. Wait a minute. So she was down here, or at least worked for him. Trying to remember the other names we had outside. No new applicants, try again later. Okay. Assigned to a task, I guess. Assign. You may assign research assistants to debugging, transcription, or speculation. I feel mathematics, maybe debugging? Assigning available research assistants to debugging. I'll try hiring one more time. Okay, sleep till tomorrow. Time passes. Weaver fixes some weird math with some weirder math. Now's the time to continue your work. Systems 1, Realism Index 47, Romance Index 2%, Mold Coverage 10%. Hire. Uploading job advertisement. You've hired Rick, who studies library sciences. Alright. Any assigned research. This is debugging, transcription, or speculation. Transcription. You have two researchers available today. Assign how many transcription? 1. Assign assistants. I wanna another to debugging. We hire any more. Okay, sleep. Time passes. Rick widens the tunnel slightly to reduce need for extra crouch commands. He summarizes the migratory patterns of bats through the tunnels. Greasy black mold is collecting on the computer equipment. Now it's time to continue work. Romance index is 0. Well, let's keep hiring. Amy, who studies human-computer interaction. Alright, so... do 1 to debugging. Should do 1 to each. Sorry, I'm not rereading all the input commands every time, but I think that would get a little tedious. Hopefully Amy's the one on speculation. Time passes. Amy makes adjustments to the echolocation algorithm. Bats now fly normally instead of getting hung up on each other's wings and clustering together like horrible leathery tumbleweeds. Rick extensively notates the tunnel diameter as a function of length. Weaver muses about the love lives of fungal colonies. Intruders. The strangers are doing so to the equipment, but you can't make out what. Oh, they're there. You hide behind a rock until they leave. With trepidation, you emerge from your hiding place hours later. Now's the time to continue. I'm not convinced this is getting us any closer to the 0. Romance index is up. Mold coverage is... oh, they cleared the mold off of it. Okay. Higher. Hired Marianne, who studies fine art. I want 1 on debugging. 1 on transcription and 2 to speculation. Sleep. Time passes. Rick identifies the bug with the oxygen level simulation but is unable to fix it. Weaver types up some lurid imagery from a dream journal. Amy posits that nature, not reason, is the master of industry. Marianne discards centuries of exhaustive data on the uniformity of cause and effect. Weaver follows the strangers into the tunnels. She doesn't return, but neither do they. Okay. Realism went down, romance went up. River studies fairy tales. One on debugging. Oh, that's right, Weaver left. Okay. 2 on transcription, and 1 on speculation. Let's see how far this goes. Time passes, Amy fixed bugs, Marianne carefully describes the sounds of dripping water and all their variations over a period of several hours. Roberta transcribed experiences, Rick makes a convincing argument for the edibility of stone, greasy black mold is collecting on all the computer equipment. Maybe we should try to start over something? This doesn't seem to be helping. I'm gonna go till all of the things sound boring. Like, debugging doesn't seem to be interesting, so let's speculate. Time passes, Greg had ideas, Rick had ideas, Roberta had ideas, Marianne had ideas, Amy had ideas. He's reading fitfully. You, Lula, and Joseph stand in a hallway. The walls are blank beige. It's just after winter quarter, but before spring, so there are no students around. Joseph says something clever, and Lula leans on his shoulder. You wish that instead she had taken your hand, or that there were any other option. Weird. Try to quit.
I want to keep playing.
Okay, sure, we can keep playing. Alright. We have 6, right? I'm gonna do 3 debug and 3 transcription. Bugs, transcribe experiences, so nothing else. It triggers again. Okay, strange for doing some of the equipment, but you can't make out what. Hide again. Mold coverage is gone again. Try to sleep without assigning anything. Mail carrier on a bicycle breach is accessible from bill from the power company. Actually failed? Alright, so we'll do 2, 2, and 2, I guess. Then if they're all boring, I'll try restarting again. Bugs, transcribe, yeah, it's all, that's this. Let's try restarting. Come on, kid, we got stuff to do. Quit? Are you sure you want to quit? Yes. That was a rhetorical question. Exit. But you aren't in anything at the moment. Maybe we have to lose or die somewhere. How to start over? You know, like the way you smash the computer. Violence isn't the answer to this one. Maybe we have to wait it out. Wait indefinitely. Time passes. Research assistants come and go. You don't encounter the strangers again. Sometimes you can hear the uncanny echoes of their voices off in the tunnels. Years pass. Mold accumulates. You and the remaining assistants take to burning disused equipment in the center of the room. The black mold is intensely flammable and makes an excellent catalyst, at least behind a sweet narcotic perfume. Oh, that's why he had it in his pipe. One night, you have visitors, outsiders, different ones. Then later that night, an old friend. Oh? You really did go deeper into the caves. Premature end of file. Press any key to quit. Huh. We'll never know what we scored. Also, I've been separating these by individual acts, and I think this is the longest one yet. Oh. Yeah, she's here. You really did go deeper into the caves. Well, you were easy enough to find. I met a few of your former assistants. One can't help but hear things. So this is what became of our project. I think she said she worked with Weaver at some point, so yeah. Oh, I've made some additions. Joseph stole data tapes for the first half, so I've had some blank spots to fill. Yes, I know. He published his version, actually. Sorry to report that it's a bit tediously sentimental. We found your doctor. Oh, good. Yes. Yes, you're looking not well, to be honest. You smell like a distillery. Have you been drinking? Ooh. We've been looking for you. So you found the address data? Just pass it over to Donald here. Donald, will you be a dare and crunch these numbers? We're looking to sort out a street name collision. Dogwood Drive. Wasn't the Bureau going to process it? I insist. I'll spare. Just pack my pipe and get to it. Should only be an hour or so. Our will carry it over to... I'll be at the Bureau for the rest of the night. Just mark it private materials for the attention of Senior Clerk Chamberlain. How do we get to the Bureau from here? The bridge. Yes, the bridge. Through the gate over there. Now we too will recede into history. Good night, Donald. Oh. Meet me at the Bureau and we'll get you on your way. Head counterclockwise to the cathode ray, then turn around. Then it's just clockwise till you find the Bureau. Between us, I think you should drive. And I guess we're leaving. It is open. Okay, that's it. That's all she wrote. That's all the stuff we saw before. Did it close behind us, or is this... Or wait, is that a different backpack? Because we saw one earlier. He has a rock full of empty wine bottles and library books. Also, what is... Oh, okay, the fire casting through the thing. That's awesome. I wonder if it's an allusion to that whole thing with the cave and the projections. Someone's left a portable tape recorder on the path. It doesn't appear damaged, but there's no tape to play or record. Okay, there are four of us. It's like... I wasn't sure if, anybody came along. Bookshelf was carried only part way up the path here before the project was abandoned. It's still useful. The peak of the spire is crowded anyway. A sensible modern electric lantern has been left here. The batteries have long since died. Oh, we're on the other side of the bridge now. Thanks for waiting, Homer. a bit longer than expected. It'll be okay, Homer.
What happened up there?
I'm actually not sure. Very mysterious, man. That's right. Time to go. And I'm guessing that's going to be an act. Oh no, that's right. We have to go back to the thing. Kind of into that. What was that first one? I mean, I'm surprised we're getting any reception down here. Also, I'm pretty sure these are different tunes than what we had above ground. And different stations, yeah, it's Skip 102.0. Alright, so... Wait, no. Counterclockwise to the bottle, clockwise to the still. Turn around, you're nearly at the top. I like that all the images have turned to ones that were from the cave. Cathode ray again. Oh, that's the one from Xanadu. Hopefully that didn't screw me over. About a dozen children are gathered in a shallow, dry basin to the side of the road. They are seated in overturned pots and pans, arranged in 3 configurations. One group of 5 children is clustered to the right. One group are arranged loosely in the center, all facing an older girl who sits on 3 pans stacked together. Alright, 5 on the right, 3 pans. I'm making notes just in case this comes up. Boy at the head of the arrangement looks sternly down on another child. A younger boy kneeled on the stone floor without a pot to sit on. Boy, alright. 1, 2, 3. Spare stock spot. Perhaps rolling the older boy to sit aside. Stand next to the younger boy. Older girl nods solemnly to Ezra. Older girl takes a wide green leaf from the floor next to her and pretends to read off a list of charges. The younger child is accused of making agreements for trading card exchanges which he was not able to honor. Ah, crap, we're in Pokemon card court. The judge asks for a witness to testify. A boy describes the participants in events depicted on the trading card he was to receive. Makes related claims about the defendant's nature. Ezra is prompted to argue on behalf of his client. Claim prejudice. Ezra makes a case for prejudicial treatment. Judge considers the facts and declares a mistrial. Groups of children reconfigure themselves and a new trial begins with the former defendant now as judge. Whatever you're into. If we don't see anything new soon, I'll just let Shannon Drive. I'm gonna try turning around to the different ones to see if they make new ones pop up. But I think it's just the same loop. Yeah, Shannon can drive. I don't feel like dealing with this one. I don't know if Shannon's driving now. Okay, it's Junebug's turn. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Well, this would be where we would find the still in this section. Shout out to the sandwich. It was counterclockwise the still, right? We're gonna look at what a C note is. I've heard the term cenotaph before, or cenotaph, but I don't know what that means either. It's been a while. Alright. What was that? Oh, 1205, okay. Oh, counterclockwise the bottle, then turn around to the still. I had it backwards, my bad. And turn around at the still. Alright. My bad. I think we had that problem last time too. I totally forgot the difference. So we're looking for the bottle. And eventually, if we go back to counterclockwise only, that should, or again, I could just snooze it. There's the bottle. Back up to the still. And there should be... Cave walls uncommonly flat here. A tall ladder leads against the wall. At the top, small figure taps away at something. Approach the ladder. Oh, we're in the bike now? Junebug pulls the bike next to the ladder. The woman at the top of the ladder seems unperturbed, focused on her work. Switch to telescopic lens. She's a pile of small, brightly painted clay tiles next to her on the ladder. She sticks to each one of the wall. Oh, Junebug would have tech built into her, wouldn't she? She sticks to each one of the wall with some kind of mortar or glue. Inspects it and taps gently at its edges with a small hammer until it is fixed in place. Only a few dozen tiles long. Too early to guess what kind of image might be taking shape. This recording can go into the art and artist drawer. found something. I don't think it was what was on the tourism list, but... There it is. Ow. Why does my nose hurt? That's weird. Still on Act 3. Yeesh. My nose bleeding, do I? I don't think so. Oh, hey, we got a party now. Yay. Got the time, Homer? Nah, you don't care about that. Maybe I should be more like you. Alright. Oh, there's a cat there. They said give this to Chamberlain, right? Oh, they said nobody would be... Oh, no, somebody's here, okay. Oh, Lula's here, cool. Even better. Here you are. Marianne has the rest of the evening off, so I'm minding the desk. Oh, Marianne was one of the research assistants. Hence why she's worked with some of them, okay. Nice place. It is, isn't it? Sometimes I forget. The acoustics in here have a way of grinding one down. The results just came in by courier. Good news, Donald and his assistants were able to sort through the noise. I had Rick cross-reference the results against some of our records. We've had a corresponding mail stop on the Echo River route. As it happens, the night ferry is scheduled to make its stop here shortly. The ferryman carries the mail and collects the garbage as well, so I'm sure you can catch a ride out that way. You're welcome to wait here. I have to get back to packing. Are you going somewhere? I might. I'm feeling impulsive and I'd like to be ready. Maybe back to Mexico. It's been years. They still have one of my sculptures in a museum down there, did you know? Big, ugly iron thing. Time to have it scrapped anyway. Safe travels. Try to stay out of the water. It's colder than it looks, and deep. Alright. I want to pet the cat.
How long do we have to wait?
Oh, who knows? Alright, what happened? Up to you. Up to you. It's okay, you can tell him. Doesn't matter anymore. Oops, wrong voice. Fine. So we were in that graveyard. Oh, they're talking about the church. They're not going to tell me what happened, though, are they? Or are they? They're not. At least not right now. Nope. Oh, no, okay, we're cutting back to it as a scene. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Works for me. I might actually split this one into 2 videos. This can't be right. Looks like an old church. That's what repeat. I'm gonna keep what I said. Worth looking inside. I guess.
I want to stay outside.
Okay. I'll stay with them.
We can look for lizards.
Okay, we'll make it quick. Church floor is cold metal, scuffed and flexed by unknown boot heels. A handmade apparatus for the production of moonshine, assembled from scavenged metal and natural materials. Maybe this is where they figured out they could, distill things from souls or whatever. I don't know what I expected. The strangers, he kept saying. Kind of vague already, isn't it? Donald's a stranger. Hell, you and I are practically strangers. Listen, earlier in the mine, I didn't want to talk about it, but... Oh, that's right, she walked off to the side, too. What'd you find down there? When I saw Weaver, she was on TV. I was testing pretty simple tube repair, flipping through channels to check the saturation, and she was just there. It's kind of horrible. I mean, I told you she disappeared, suddenly, ran away, but we thought... And this was before we found out she ran into tunnels, in the game. Alright. What was she doing on TV? That's the part that I can't. I flipped past that channel a dozen times before in my tests. It was one of those public access things. Some old lady reading poetry. And then, the next time I flipped to channel 2, Weaver. It's burned in my vision now. She's standing in a room. The walls are a blank kind of gray. There's tape on the walls, like markings. And desks. A classroom, maybe? The camera's in the corner, so it's a sort of 45-degree angle into the room. There's Weaver right in the center of the picture. I stopped turning the dial. Hell, I think I stopped breathing. Eventually, she spoke, but there was no real sound, just this awful hum. I read the closed captions. She said to go to the mine. Or the mine. I'd find something there. Can't remember exact words. Whenever I try, I get distracted, fuzzy. Shannon coughs through her sleeve. It's so dusty in here, right? Yeah, real dusty. You'd think with all these holes in the ceiling. The hell was that? Did you hear that? Must have been the church. Must have. Oh. Oh. Catch a ride. Well, that's cool. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Oh, I get to play as him now. The stranger activates the tape player slung on his shoulder. A crackly drawl echoes in the room. It is patient and sounds like it should be smiling. My regrets. I hope I didn't keep you waiting long. We don't see a lot of foot traffic these days. Guess you're here about the job. I'm afraid we only have one opening at the moment. Horrible business. What's the job? Thirdly, I'll tell you everything you need to know. We've run into the name Doolittle before, and I can't remember why. I've only just met you, but I feel certain there's a place for you here. So you're... Oh, was that the preacher? Here we're the dispatcher. Show you the trucks. Get you familiarized. We can converse as we go. What is this place? Some kind of factory? Yeah, maybe, but for what? Why hidden away like this? What's that smell? Like bread? Baking bread? Please follow me. Okay, recorder stops playing. Ooh, there's a de-ouse button. Okay, that's cool. So they're beings of electricity, if they could, or some sort of electromagnetic energy. I'll have to ask you to step in here a moment. This is for your safety, and adjust to your outfits a bit. Or adjust your outfits just a bit. There's some protective headwear up on the wall back there. Please remove your shoes and eyeglasses. Those were what was in the dumpster before. I'm not taking off my shoes. Oh, I understand. It's only a courtesy to... I'll do us a favor and put on the headwear anyway. Just this way. There. Oh! Is that the trio again? No. That's a different trio. It's not the ones from the who were playing the game. Then he'd show us the trucks, but I'm curious what all this is. More new arrivals this evening. Plenty to do. Got to relay the formula. What formula? Yeah, oh, the formula changed our lives. Once years ago, we were as prisoners to the intricacies of our debts here. We'd have to account for everything on paper, compounding interest by hand, reassessing amortization, and leverage asset distributions according to nightly merit decay. Then she stepped out of the dark caves to show us the light of the formula. Weaver? He had a brilliant grasp of math. It's gotta be Weaver. Mathematics had a saint-like way of speaking right through the numbers. Now we just plug our daily numbers into the formula, run it all through the adding machine. We occasionally suffer some surplus drift, but she instructed us on all the necessary adjustments. It's devastating to see our revered mathematician go, but she was needed elsewhere. Her legacy abides. What job are they working? I don't know. It has been settled just yet. You see, sometimes we take on newcomers already in debt to the distillery. One of the foremen will find something for them to do. Chip away at their sum until it's all settled. Wait, those are the three from the play, aren't they? That looks like the one from the bar. That looks like the couple. Because their daughter left before then. But yeah, that's gotta be. That's what I'm doing here, chipping away. That's what we're all doing. Well, I can't get any closer. Wow, check this stuff out. Must be decades old, but it's in perfect condition. You really like old electronics? Yeah, I got it bad, haha. So I got into this business, to keep old stuff like this running. Seems like such a shame to just let it fall into ruin, you know? Like that computer back in the cave, Xanadu. Decades of engineering, thousands of years of mathematics and philosophy, all petrified into living stone. How could you just let that fall apart? I guess my option is trucks or trucks. Here's the fleet, haha. Oh, would you easy to get around internally? What do you do here? Oh, I'm a copywriter. Text on bottles and flyers, ad copy, that sort of thing. Certain shades and heartsick lovers have long known the taste of hard times and held it in favor all over all other spirits. That was one of mine. So the trucks are just east of ways in shipping. You can become acquainted with the dispatcher there. Give me a tap on the shoulder if you see something that catches your eye. Always have a show on the facilities. Sublime machinery. Oh, this is cool. Just trying to take the tour. Oh. Okay, that's just telling where it is. It's not to look at stuff. Maybe... Oh, the souls might be the spirits in wine and spirits. That makes sense. Don't let them catch you looking too closely here. Not within our purview. Pardon me. Ooh, sorry. What's it for? Keeps us honest in the eyes of the state. Well, in the eyes of the management, anyway. We keep pretty well out of view down here. Not much chance of being spotted by a helicopter. Hey? But if the law came knocking, we could say we're logging and securing our virgin spirits. We could say. Marvel's engineering, though, isn't it? I was going to say, we could look at the big stills. White lightning in a copper bottle. Huh. Some folks have other names for it. What's it taste like? Like a revelation, my friend. Oh, you wouldn't want to drink it at this stage. Not that you could get a hold of any here. That's what the safe is for. Look at the neck, like a swan's, eh? That design is part of our legacy. Vapor passes up through this neck along just such a contour to produce our bourbon signature character. Mr. Bishop always said the shape came to him in a dream. He shot awake in the middle of the night, set to work hammering an old tea kettle to match that phantom geometry. Believe what you will. Here, the vapors pass through a coil submerged in cold water and condense. Again, the geometry is very particular. Mr. Bishop arrived by intuition at a series of mathematical relationships between the angles and magnitudes here. Some weird cacophony of ratios. Well, those principles are lost to history now. Moving along. We'll hop back on and keep moving in a minute. I just want to see if there's anything up here. Computers. Please don't touch a thing. Very sensitive devices. We're not even allowed to run the formula through them. Do some computer issues of our own. Computers. Personally, I am opposed. On principle. Am I boring you yet? Are you simply dying of boredom? I could discuss this matter past sunrise. Trying to fix this old computer in the caves. Of course I'm boring you. Let's move on. So yeah, it's not that easy. We're gonna have to take the full tour, I guess. Oh. More of these old computers. Looks like about the same vintage as that stuff in the cave. What's this little screen for? Oh wow, good. Whoa, wow, good eye. It's the next Y monitor. They use them on oscilloscopes in arcade games, or they used to anyway. It's rare stuff. Hey, this is like antiquing with Lisette for you? Haha. Probably sound kind of ridiculous, waxing on about vacuum tubes and oscilloscopes. Good to have a passion. Yeah, I guess it is. Someday you'll have to tell me what yours is. Yay, character building stuff. Probably should have parked out of the way, but whatever. Actually, yeah, what's with the caskets? Oh, that's right, there was the liquor truck. The crash that had, like, the caskets everywhere. So I guess these are, like, before and after? Oh, I guess the bourbon's distilled... But why would you distill it in a casket? Wonder what they keep the old casks around for. Well, nice for a little while, but it's pretty overpowering. No way around that smell. No way around that smell. No way to clean them after the aging process. I mean, it's a one-way street. That is true. Like, that's why you see stuff. You'll get other stuff like beers and stuff aged in bourbon barrels. It's because they can't really do anything else with them. I'm here for eerie jazz. What's all this? Lumberyard, okay. Here's the char. Oh, they're charring the insides. Okay, again, like bourbon barrels. Got it. Here's the charring yard. Fits pretty well considering. This smell. This is why they call bourbon a comfort food. Those are empty, right? What? Oh, of course. We don't really exhume them anymore. We tapped that source years ago. So they were using used caskets before. Hence the graveyard. Built every cast by hand right here. It's tradition, but I do like to think our application of hands and hammers to the oak gives our stuff kind of life. Well, that's what I like to think. They look like coffins. That's tradition too, I suppose. And I'm sure it helps avert suspicion if a satellite catches us burying them upstairs. So maybe there aren't bodies in them when they make this stuff? This place is huge. Alright, he slows down automatically when I point there, so. I'm guessing the arrows might be the points of interest I'm trying to get to anyway. Here we go. So we should just hit those. Here's the first moment you really call it bourbon. Barrel dump. We cut it here with water from the middle of Lake Lith. It has to be the right in the middle at the deepest, coldest point. They died with sealed jugs that only stopped to fill them once they reached total darkness. Pageantry? Ritual? Who could say? Tradition, maybe. Feel that draft of warmth like a summer breeze. This is the aging warehouse. How many casks have you got aging in there? Couldn't say exactly. Take a look at the inventory report later if you like. Plenty though. Of course, we only have half our aging stock there at any given time. Most distilleries let their whiskey sit in casks through the cycle of seasons. In summer, would expand as this whiskey seeps in, picking up flavor. In winter, would contrast and squeeze the whiskey back out. Down here, there are no seasons. Each workday proceeds from the last in an unbroken chain of climate control. So we make our own seasons. Each cast alternates in a weekly cycle between the cold ground upstairs and this heated warehouse. How long is the tape in this recorder if it's got all this information on it? Smell that? No mistaking it. Baking bread. Exactly. That's the work of our unique ingredient, the yeast. Story is that Mr. Bishop got it from a baker in Knoxville in a little tin box. He was on the run, our Mr. Bishop, from the law. For a while, he hid out in some muddy swamps, subsisting on live fish, but he always kept that little tin box dry, held above his head. Some among us have proposed that a bit of swamp water steeped in that little tin box, introducing a foreign element, even our yeast culture to the eccentricity for which it's so widely known. I think it was that baker in Knoxville. They arrested him years later for possession of controlled substance, life in prison, solitary confinement, no visitors, no windows, till the day he died. Must have been a hell of a substance, eh? I love the burbling. That's great. Oh, those little bottles go by. It's cute. This is where most of our staff ends up. Pretty modern equipment. Oh, absolutely. Top of the line machinery. Dramatic improvement. We used to bottle everything by hand, but these machines are marvelously effective. Made things a bit complicated for the workers, after all. Still, you can't just fire them. How then would they settle their accounts? There's nowhere else to put them. We keep an eye on things here. Can't be paid as much just to watch, of course. Well, that's progress for you. Okay, I guess all the machinery, we gotta do the same bit of recording there. Alright. Not yet, I'm definitely like, I gotta chop this into, maybe not. There you go, nice tight turn, sexy results. I think is where they wanted me to go, so. Here it is. Now I have to ask, as a matter of course, what kind of experience do you have driving trucks? I drove deliveries for an antique shop until this last run. Aha, precious cargo. You'll do just fine. And you can drive safely, can't you? I haven't any doubt now. It's only after what happened with Miguel this evening. What happened with Miguel this evening? Well, dust is still clearing, of course. Perhaps he closed his eyes a moment. Or simply hit a curve too devilish. I do pity ill-fated Miguel. He was good company and slow to anger, but if we're speaking confidentially, well, with all that lost product to be repaid, bourbon and glass dash across the interstate, and a few casts, too, we're all just technically had no next of kin. So, let's see if we can ring up the dispatcher. Doodle starts the truck and switches on the CB radio. A deep, monotonous voice drones from the dashboard speaker. 1020 on that load, come back. Or 1020 on that load, 1020 on that load, come back. Live at Hedberg Cave, 12, Kitty City. Or City Kitty. It's a good time to dispatch. We may have found Miguel's replacement. Thought you might like to get acquainted. Bernard, come again. Bernard, come again. Introduce yourself. They'll dispatch. There's something impressive about yourself. They're very well regarded here. You folks know anything about a multi-level computer? Not. Wheel holder, gotta pay the water bill. Ah, so. I'm sure they'll call back before long. Let's take a look around the truck, eh? Control the wipers with this knob here. Do little fills with the controls. They seem to have a decent torque to them, eh? Can't say how they fare in an ice storm, but we must never delay a shipment. Better assume the risk. Always clear skies down here. So I hear, but most of our product is delivered by surface roads, which feel rain quite often, particularly in spring months. So I hear. English class for the day to drive in the rain. It was pointless to stay. I'll review. It was a lost cause, and she didn't need it anyway. She was smart, bored. It was time to cut out. She gave for it though. 83 in biblical flood. They went to a bar. They pulled into a dive bar with an afternoon open mic. It smelled like rose water. They smoked cigarettes, drank all the hooch, whistled buckets of rain. She sang about someone she wanted once to have loved. Brown hair curled around her ear. She had a voice like Scotch whiskey. This is whoever sang the song before. They poured another drink, and another, and another. She worried it was getting dark out, and then it was getting light out. They ended up in someone else's field, in someone else's car. An early morning joyride, and a sunrise collision. He got on the bus, and he hiked back to his car. He sat in his car and went over some options. Chicago? Toronto? Barrow? It seemed like a bold and impulsive gesture at the time. As he pulled out of the parking lot, he removed his hands from the steering wheel for a moment and felt the car drift into a decision. Years later, he'd think of this as the moment he himself started drifting. Modest technology, but suited to the job, eh? Plenty good enough. Looks like it's just about ready to go out. We have some good, strong folks in shipping here, so you never need to worry about loading if you don't want to. Bit hard on the knees and back at our age, eh? Of course, you have to unload at the destination, but that's the job. And some of the drivers like the extra shift stack and the loading here. Really shouldn't do any lifting these days. I see. Well, surely we could spare a dollar and a carrying strap for your health and safety. So it was one of his memories. Conway woke up and baled hay. Everything was too bright. His head hurt, the usual. Lisette and Ira argued loudly just outside the open barn door. She wanted Ira to take him inside and shower, have some coffee, get to the job. Ira said there wasn't time. Conway was in no condition. It's an important job. They couldn't pull it off. Ira said that let the deadbeat sleep it off and then send him packing. Oh no. Is that what happened? Oh, shit. But why would Charlie have been on the roof? You said Charlie could do the job. Conway stepped out of the barn, shutting his eyes. He tried to say something reassuring, but it just sort of stumbled around it. Lisette looked away. Ira just spat and went inside to wake Charlie. Ira was a stubborn man, so Charlie went along, and Conway drifted out again, and he didn't hear about the accident until months later. So what's next? Oh sure, I know you want to look. Kicking tires, that's the thing we do, isn't it? As though our knees could exert the kind of force these tires see out there on the road. We're more likely to hurt ourselves. Isn't that the way, eh? Sure, they're big machines, but they can be fragile. Absolutely. A truck deserves care, fearful respect, like a grown-ass elephant. Miguel was a good driver, but he didn't have that quality of deference. Conway sat in a dim room full of folding chairs. The walls and ceiling were painted with old smoke. Someone read from a book. He drank coffee, as it is. He listened. The speaker listed all the things we tried, that we, most people in the room were probably there by court order. Few others shared. They spoke in abstractions like this is an alkanon meaning. Abstractions like a program of action, a good orderly direction, spiritual but not religious, religious but not spiritual. All things we tried. And then it was over, and the class sweaty hands through a short prayer and stepped back out into the morning. He started walking. He was always walking these days. It was good to slow down. It felt clarifying, like a walking meditation. The road ran by a creek for a while. He took an unforeseen detour where the creek and road parted, following the edge of the water. He skipped a few stones, alone, then stopped to consider an overturned boat. It was a kind of serenity, that wandering and looking without purpose. He was coming to rely on those moments. Now, what else can we show you? Yeah, that's worked fine, see? That's important. Most of our product goes out at night. You never know who you'll run into in the daylight, and dusk can be treacherously misleading with all that indirect light. The magic hour, eh? Drivers sleep in the day, then? Sure, those that sleep. Miguel pulled extra day shifts when he could. Sometimes he'd help me, you know? Sometimes over in bottling. Shouldn't have been out driving at dusk. Weird shadows. Soft light. Dangerous. Conway had to get off the highway. Too loud. Too murky. He turned off into some gray cornfield in Indiana. He watched traffic and birds. Seeing those migrations close up, they looked random. He thought about the load in the trailer. Thousands of plastic cups. So one of those cups in Rockford that night. It wasn't going to happen. He was only human. He'd been out since the headlights were on. Didn't even stop for coffee. Cracked a beer at 3. Eyes on the road. 4:30. He dodged some stray cattle. Headlights were coming back on. Rockford could wait. Early morning couldn't be much worse than late night. What could they care? Just needed a few hours. So, moving on. Truck's radio crackles back to life. Driver, come back. Ah, there's dispatch. Now, tell them about your experience. Tell them the truck's in good shape. Tell them you'll start in the morning. I really can't. Yeah, we've got to finish this delivery in a few. 10:33 dispatch. We got 2 black eyes and a flock of crocodiles. Come back. Oh, sorry, that was a driver. 10-4 back and down. Prick your eyelids, driver. Come back, Lynn. 10-4. Come back, wheel holder. Conway remained silent. Dispatch is addressing you. He's here, dispatch. Got your ears on? Good, listen to this. So, I think that went well. Sit back up to logistics to seal the deal, eh? And I've got one more thing to show you. Alright. Look at the parking is actually kind of sloppy. Let's head back upstairs, eh? I have one more thing to show you. Wait, we only came here looking for some answers about this stupid molded computer. Oh, the old man in the cave with the molded computer. That black mold is drawn to whiskey. Feeds on ethanol fumes, you see. As we age the whiskey, some of it inevitably evaporates into the air. The angel share goes through the vents here and out into the caves. If we can scrape up that mold, we can eventually apply some pressure and cold to it, squeeze and condense the angel share back into drinkable whiskey. They would drop cows when you're making a living on this stuff, so we'd go down and scrape it off as equipment, like any other place it grows. Kept sending his people here to drive us away. Paranoid. Truly paranoid. Well, now we have the formula, so we'd have to go collecting the mold. But we didn't do anything as bold as a computer. He just forgot the password. One of his assistants shared it with me. Dome in air. I'm trying to think if that's a reference or a anagram or something. That'll get it going, I'm sure of it. So, join me upstairs. So how do they get out of this? The trio's gone. You don't mind? I guess they can take their helmets off since they're not on the floor anymore. I just realized that's a little map of the whole facility down there in the middle, on the middle crown. Here it is, a beauty, wouldn't you say? It's an antique, you know? What is it? Well, it's an adding machine. This is where we come for our daily ritual to calculate the day's interest and repayment according to the formula. I usually do so at the beginning of my shift, so I know how many hours I need in order to keep up. Yes, I believe you do well here, sir. Happy to have you. Congratulations, you're hired. Wait, we can't. The customer here starts each day with a shift drink. Let's make it special. Mark the occasion. It's top shelf stuff now. Single barrel. He doesn't. Down the hatch. Bidum memoria mors. Can I can't do anything but drink. Oh, wow. It's moving the hand itself. I'm trying to move the mouse away. Hey, what's up, DK? Yeah, it forces you to do that. Decent enough. Welcome aboard. It's not working for you. We have to get back to this. This delivery to make. What's this? Not working. Turn down this opportunity? She's right. I gotta make this, I'm disappointed. And I'm afraid it leaves with a delicate problem. As I indicated, this is top shelf stuff you're drinking now. It isn't cheap. It's not your first shift drink. Well, and there's the matter of this tour just now. My time and experience are building quite a premium. This is not good for you, my friend. You are in quite deep by my back of the envelope estimations. Well, we have that in common, I suppose. All of us. Yes, I'm afraid you'll have to work this off somehow. Just the way of it. What's happening right now? You can start tomorrow. Take time to settle your affairs. Of course, the interest begins to compound immediately, and, well, we'll go over the formula when you get there. I should get back to work. See you tomorrow, then. That's a new one. Well, now we've got 2 jobs. I'm sorry, 2 jobs. So, I guess I start in the morning. I guess.
I'm confused.
Just the way these things go, kid. Oh, well, that still gives us a few hours to roam, right? Where's that ferry? So I guess we have to finish the job before the delivery, before going back. I've seen this shot when I was looking for screenshots for Insta, so now I have context. Hooray! Yay! And given the time, it looks like we're only gonna get like 1 interlude done after this. I can't stay up all night. Good one though. Is the foghorn a mammoth? I love it. Alright, I'm going to step away for a quick second between Jim Jams here. See if I can figure out what's up with my nose. End of Act 3. And then, yeah, we'll do the next interlude, and then I'll probably call tonight. I did not expect that to go for nearly 3 hours. Shouldn't have played that game for so long.